I'm gonna do all in my ability to maybe try to bring you guys some exclusive shit at some point. I'm gonna just do all I can. Maybe I'll succeed. Mission complete. I was invited out to Summer Games Fest Playdays, where I got the unique opportunity to be one of the first people on planet Earth to play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And despite being a limited demo and only having 30 minutes to record anything, I must say it was amazing, and I was extremely sad right when I had to stop playing because I wanted more. I traveled far and wide to get my hands on this exclusive footage for you guys. All I ask in return is a little subscription and maybe a like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyway, my first experience. Upon loading into the 1 vs CPU mode, you're given the opportunity to actually decide which control scheme you want to use. They have the standard controls, but then they also have these classic controls. The classic controls being more familiar to people who actually played the Tenkaichi games in the past. Naturally, I went with the classic mode because the standard mode looked like hieroglyphics to me. Then we get to the character select mode. You'll see that there's only 3 slots for your team, but don't worry, this was just in the demo version. In the full version, it should be 5v5. You see all of these different characters, but I know what a lot of people are gonna say right off the bat. The character select screen looks like a bit of fluff because each transformation has its own character slot. Now, I don't inherently think that's a problem, but I would definitely prefer more of the Tenkaichi 3 style, where you click on the character and then all of that character's respective transformations would then pop up for you to choose from, in my personal opinion. Now, we're not going to go into all of the characters here, but yeah, you can kind of see how things are distributed along the character select screen. Now, a character that is both hype and a character I'm looking forward to was none other than Broly. So this is actually my very first match ever in Sparking Zero. Right from the character select screen, you go immediately into the battle intros, which is sick. Just look at the animations. Every character intro looks pretty sick from what I've seen so far. God, he has such a way with words.
Whatever my late father's done to you and yours, it's not my problem to deal with.
Obviously, we had character interaction between these two, so immediately I start by seeing what from Tenkaichi 3 translates, and immediately I see that the square into triangle or square into triangle, sort of standard combo routes from Tenkaichi 3, definitely translated over, at least at a core fundamental level. Now, I'm gonna, for the most part, just let this fight rock with some commentary in the background, and then I'm gonna do a more in-depth analysis of certain things that happen in the fight. You can already see Vegeta got battle damaged after taking the super attack, and the map just looks so gorgeous. I know I'm just kind of like glazing the game right now, but even when I was playing this for the first time, I was just stunned by how good it looked and how fluid everything felt. So we figure out how to transform, which is just R3, and then you know, tap which direction you want to go. Obviously, we're going to progress up to that legendary Super Saiyan, but we're just going to start at his regular Super Saiyan and, you know, just kind of go crazy. Something I noticed is super armor activated. As you can see, Vegeta can no longer stagger me. And there goes the super right there. Skies went black when I went full power, and then, you know, we're going to take it up to the next level right away into the legendary Super Saiyan. And once again, just like in Tenka, and Vegeta decides to return the favor, by the way, Vegeta cannot stagger me. See, I'm putting up my guard just like instinctively, like, oh, he's punching me, I better put my guard up. But he can't even budge me anymore because, like, I've reached such a high level. Now, that camera movement was a little jank there. But again, we're early in the demo. Boom, throw out a super. I missed that. And Vegeta just stares at me and asks, bro, are you serious? I wanted to go for a cool finish here, but I didn't realize how low Vegeta's health was. So unfortunately, he's just gonna die to these hands. And just watch this outro. This is probably the coolest outro. Like, look at this. What? Like, for what? For what? JoJo! Now, I just want to point out a couple in-depth things before we move on to the next fight. I just love how alive the maps feel just based off of everything being destructible. Not literally everything, but just like things just blowing up around you as you fly by, buildings getting destroyed by blasts. It just adds so much to the intensity and sort of ambiance of the fight. Also, I'm curious what you guys think about characters getting battle damaged close kind of relatively quickly just based off of one super attack. But I will say this, there is another level of battle damaged, and I'll show that in a different fight. But I know Vegeta can get even more battle damaged than this. So I think there's actually levels to the battle damage. So like he could actually get even more banged up than what you see right here. Now, I don't want this whole video to just be me like, it's flawless, there's nothing wrong with it, even though that may be how my heart feels. This camera movement right here felt a little jarring. I do want to emphasize that this is a demo. This is, you know, Summer Games Fest. We're months ahead of the release, so all of this stuff that I'm talking about could easily be fixed in the future, but just something worth noting that there's these awkward angles that can kind of like force the camera to kind of go crazy for a second. Another thing is, I know that the fight seemed relatively fast, but something that we should keep in mind is at the start of the fight, we only have 3 health bars, but it looks like there's a max capacity of 7. So that means at its grand scale, every fight between individual characters will be more than double the length of this fight right here. And that's not even including the fact that you can do up to 5v5 when the game comes out. So you can really get into some all-out wars with your homies when this game comes out. Let me know what you guys think about that, because 7 health bars, 5v5 characters. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up the Broly versus Vegeta fight. Let's jump into the next fight that I did, and then obviously there's going to be even more in the future, so subscribe. What are you doing? All right, so up next, I think you guys know where I gotta go. Vegeta is my favorite character of all time. Majin Vegeta specifically has always been one of the coolest versions of Vegeta ever. And obviously we got to pit him up against Fat Boo and, you know, just jump straight into it. Look at the beginning sequence for Vegeta. I'm telling you, all of them have crazy animations. Look at this. Yes! Oh my God, as a fanboy, I remember every scene from the anime and they caught it. And then we got Fat Boo, who's angry but simultaneously happy, but that's just in character. All right, and again, everything you see, this is my second match ever on Sparking Zero. I'm just seeing what carries over from Tenkaichi, and I try my go-to combo in Tenkaichi, which is the trip right here into the up kick, into the pursuit combo, into the kick down, and it just worked. It just worked. Like, it's genuinely Tenkaichi, and that is so exciting to me, because I didn't know how much of the essence they were going to capture. But it really just, like, straight from Tenkaichi, I can just play this game to some extent. Getting my timing down. And then we get counter hit. I forget exactly what it's called, but there is a counter hit that Boo did that all characters have access to. Atomic Blast, but it's called something else in this game. Hit him in the sternum with it. Final Impact's what it's called in this game. Boo already feeling some damage. About to hit me with this grab, except I ain't gonna let that happen. Come on now. Come on now. I'm too good at the video game. A lot of vanishing. This is already feeling fast-paced, but as you can see, I didn't realize his health was so low. I was so sad because I definitely want to hit him with Final Explosion. Look at the outro.
And here I was hoping you'd be a lot tougher than that.
Again, we're in a demo. His mouth didn't really move there, but still, I mean, this fight was sick just because this was kind of the fight where I realized that I'm just playing Tenkaichi. The only thing that made me sad is I didn't hit him with Final Explosion, but just as a reminder, I would have gone back in and just like did Final Explosion real quick just to get the footage of it. But remember, we were on a 30-minute time crunch. We like sat down and then they were like, okay, press record. You have 30 minutes and then you're out of here and you're not going to play this game for months. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as gracious as I was for the opportunity to play, I was on rush mode and try to like get as much random characters as I possibly could in the video. So the main thing that I want to show from this fight in terms of going into depth is this little go-to combo. Like, let me just show footage of me doing this exact combo in Tenkaichi, and then you can see that I'm literally just, it's the same buttons, the same inputs over here on Sparking Zero.
I'm not
If you really did play Tenkaichi like that, like, you found your new home, because Sparking Zero feels good. Great even. I'm depressed that I can't play it right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, playing it hurts because now I can't. Now I'm sad. But that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for our first Sparking Zero exclusive gameplay. An emphasis on first because there's gonna be so many more and they might already be out by the time that you're seeing this, who knows. But if you wanna make sure that you don't miss any of this exclusive gameplay, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you wanna drop a like, I'd also appreciate that. Not to end on too crazy of a cliffhanger, one of these fights that I recorded was actually insane. Just the visual spectacle really just showed what Sparking Zero is gonna be like, and I cannot wait to show you that one. Hint, it has to do with Goku and Vegeta. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that one. I'm gonna try to drop these as soon as possible. I was just really excited to get this one up in particular because it's the first one. Goodbye. My outro is playing now.